Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you're well. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Irit, and on this channel I share my crochet adventures, and I'm wearing my most exciting crochet adventure, I have to say. So it's done. My sweater is done, and I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the colors might not be my dream colors, and I don't know, I kind of got a crush on this gold macaron color, but then I ran out of it, so I had to use what I had in my stash. But I filmed the whole process, and I will post it, I think, as a cal, like a crochet along, so in parts, and I will space them out, I don't know, I guess maybe a few days apart. Let me know in the comments if you've participated in cals and how do you enjoy, like which kind of, because I guess it's very individual because we each have different amounts of time, or you know, you might have like 1 week more and the next week less time to crochet, so there's no one, you know, time frame fits all. But yeah, I thought I would post it in sections, spread it over time, and then also do at the end, like maybe just put it in one video, you know, for future reference or for people who missed the whole live event. But I'm also very kind of dedicatingly, is that a word, working on the kind of lighter weight version. I guess it's DK weight yarn, I don't know. With this one I used like acrylic yarn, and then with the other one I'm using like a fancier yarn. I'll show it to you in a sec. But what is most exciting for me about the sweater is the fit. And I've made several sweaters before, like I've crocheted several sweaters, and I think I guess it always kind of depends, obviously, depends on the construction and the yarn. And I have a couple that I really like how they look. One is the you know, hot pink sweater, at least here it's hot pink, that I wore in the previous video, I think it was. I really like how that one looks, although it could be a little bit better, but it's my fault, not the pattern's fault. And then the other one I really like is the kind of pastel rainbow one that inspired the construction for this sweater. So that one and this sweater, they're made in two halves. So you can see here, hopefully, the stitch of, like the stitch in the middle. And the whole process is very eye-opening, I think, to kind of realize that it's very unrealistic to expect a pattern, like just a random pattern that a designer makes for, you know, the general public to perfectly fit you. And as I made the sweater, I really kind of realized how incredible it is to have the ability to really customize what I'm making to my body shape. And I'll give you an example that really was like, okay, like I didn't know I should pay attention to this. So when I made the construction here is you start with the cuffs, and then you do the sleeve, and then you split to the front panel and the back panel. And when I did that, at the beginning, I thought that, you know, the back panel will have the same width as my front panels. So that's what I did. I worked on each part until the front, you know, was lined up with the back to have the same, you know, centimeters. But then when I tried it on, I saw that the front was actually too big. And I frogged quite a bit. Like I frogged probably all in all like 4 inches in total. So for me personally, for my body type, it really fit me to have the front panels be smaller than the back panels, because I have a small chest and I have, you know, like wider hips. So I needed that extra length in the back so that it doesn't cling or just like looks nice and fitted. But then in the front, I didn't really need that extra, you know, fabric. So that was really great to see, and also know that next time I don't have to like match them up, and I should start trying them on, like start trying on the sweater before I have the same length or width in the front and the back. So that was for me, okay, I guess I should, you know, make all my sweaters the same, that the front is slightly smaller than the back panel. And with this pattern, you can very easily do it. And yeah, I'm like beyond excited, and I'm just hoping that, you know, other people, you know, hopefully some of you lovely viewers that try this will have the same enjoyable and fulfilling experience that I have, which is like making something that just fits perfectly to you. So probably, I think the sleeves turned out to be probably like a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I could have also adjusted that without a problem. I could have just frogged a few more rows from the back and from the front and, you know, just made it a little bit tighter. But I really like how it feels. It feels like really cozy. With my other sweater, it's a thinner yarn, and I'll probably want it to be a bit more fitted. But this whole construction just really opened my mind to all the different possibilities and variations that I can add to this. And I have to try also with a different stitch. So the stitch that I used it just works really, really perfectly. Also for working continuously in the round, and then for creating the body, which is, I don't want to say that I'm a genius. I don't know, it was a total fluke, but it just worked out so nicely. And I'm going to show you a little bit how I'm going to model the sweater for you. So yeah, let me know what you think, if I'm just too excited about things that are not that exciting. But I don't know, I think it just looks beautiful. And I'm already starting to think which yarns I could play around with. This one was really, I mean, first of all, I had a ton of the Macaron yarn on hand, so I'm happy that I got to use it. And it's also really, really nice for filming. The colors are bright, and you can see like the stitch definition, and it was a great yarn choice for a tutorial. But I'm also thinking I want to do one with the Fluffy Day yarn, and that is especially exciting because Fluffy Day comes in, which is not just like for Fluffy Day, you also have it in other yarns, but Fluffy Day, I really love the texture of it. It has like a halo, which I really, really like. And it's from, what are they called? Hobie. And they have the same yarn in 2 different weights. So I can do the sleeves with the lighter weight and create a more like delicate, you know, cuff ribbing, and then do the rest of the sleeve and maybe part of the body in the kind of thicker or heavier weight yarn, and then do again maybe some ribbing if I wanted to do a cardigan, although right now I'm not really. I'm thinking maybe like a scooped neck and then some more ribbing under the bust, so maybe like more of a cropped sweater. But there's so many options, and I'm also thinking maybe to switch up a little bit the stitch, because I think I have another stitch that I would like to try with the same construction. I have to see how that would work. And yeah, there's like so much things I could do. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to try this with Fluffy Day and Fluffy Day XL, but I'm not sure about the color. They have a few really, really pretty kind of muted pinks but I'm kind of undecided. There are like 3 that are quite similar, but also a little bit different, and all 3 look like something I would really, really love to wear and add to my wardrobe. I don't really have any. I have quite like a bunch of sweaters that are in that kind of light pink shade, but nothing that is a bit deeper, and those look really, really nice. So I'm thinking in that direction, and I just think it will look really, really great. But my first priority is to finish the other version, which I will show you. I've showed it in the past. I haven't done a ton of progress because I'm also waiting for some more yarn to arrive because I ran out of it. So satisfying on one hand, and then on the other, like, now I have to stop in the middle of what I'm doing. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so this is how the sweater looks, and this is basically, you know, just how I decided that I wanted it to look. So there's a little bit of a V-neck, and in the back it also sits super nicely, and the sides are perfectly seamless. Perfectly seamless. And then here it's, you know, it's like cozy and chunky, but not boxy. That's at least how I feel. And mine just reaches the under the touche, and then at the bottom I made again the ribbing that I show with kind of an extra detail, which I really like. And that same detail you can see in the neck ribbing. So this is how it's looking, and it was just a joy to make. And I just love the way that it looks. So the 2 halves are stitched. There's 1 stitch in the middle here. There's 1 seam, not stitch. There's 1 seam in the middle. I think you can see it, but I really like the look of it. And then also the same in the back between where the 2 colors meet. And that is it. The rest of it, you know, there's like a little seam at the cuffs and the ribbing. But that's it. That's all the seaming. Like, there's no underarm, there's no side seam, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I think that's lovely. It makes me so happy. Because, you know, you work on the 2 halves and then you put them together and then you have a sweater. And it's just so satisfying. And adding the ribbing in the neck was also enjoyable. And the whole process also just like reminded me again, which I think every experienced crocheter, for sure designer, knows that it is a process, and most times you're going to have to frog things once, twice, 3 times until you get it perfectly right. And that was also my experience with the sweater, but yeah, that just gave me that really, really great result. So I'm going to show you the other version. Okay, so this is the half that I'm currently working on. I think the other one is done, but after making this one, I'm thinking I might have to kind of frog a few rows. What I also found is that until you join the parts and do the ribbing, things don't sit exactly where they have to sit. So I at least had the tendency to make the sweater a little bit bigger than what I actually needed it or wanted it to be. And once you add, you know, the neck ribbing that kind of holds everything, like all the pieces in place, then I could get a really good view of how it was looking. So this is a lighter version. I'm using this. I made the body of the sweater with an 8mm hook, and this one I'm making with a 5. And you can see it's like just a completely different look. I love the texture of this stitch, and I made a longer cuff here because I think that looks, I like the ribbed cuffs to be longer when I use thinner yarn, and then I like them to be smaller when I'm using chunkier yarn. I just think long, chunky ribbing on the cuffs, I just don't like the way that it looks. My personal preference. So this is the first half. Again, you can see how beautiful. This is the underarm, the side area, no seams. And And then this one is the finished one, the finished half that I'm just, so I'm waiting for more yarn so that I can, you know, finish the other half and then join them and then figure out if I need to make some changes. It's very easy to make the changes. You just, you know, you rip out or like frog the seam in the middle, and then you add a few rows or frog a few rows. And it's totally worth it because you get the perfect fit. And what more, you know, could you ask for? So yeah, that is the second version of this. And I just, there are so many options, you know. For example, if you're also creative, and not also, I mean, if you feel more comfortable kind of trying things on your own, I mean, this is made like this. It's crocheted from bottom to top and then bottom again. So lengthwise, not like this, not horizontally. But for example, it would be very easy to add here like a row of bubbles, for example. Or I don't think you can do like cables on the side, right? I think it only goes when you're, you know, doing like front post, back post stitches. So I don't think you could do cables, but you could definitely do like experiment with other stitches. So yes, the truth is that I'm kind of debating because I've never done anything like a sweater pattern or something like this. I don't want to put something out there and have people put in like the time and all the work and the effort and then be disappointed with the result. Although if you measure this as you go, I can't imagine that would happen. So I'm also considering maybe just putting the videos, like making them available to some very kind volunteers that are willing to take the chance that, you know, things might not end with a successful sweater. Just because, I don't know, I know about my process, but maybe other people have a different way of working or thinking, or different places where they struggle than mine. So I don't know, like, let me know in the bottom, like, how do you feel about this? Like, if someone that has never done a sweater pattern put out a sweater pattern, like, would you feel like comfortable to, you know, trust it and do the work? I don't know. So let me know. I'm interested in your opinion. And if you want to, you know, get, I mean, it's not going to be a paid pattern, at least now. It's going to be like a tutorial on YouTube. Maybe I'll do an accompanying pattern at some point that you can, you know, like a PDF pattern that you can print and like pay for that. But yeah, but if you are curious, if you want to try it for yourself, if you would be interested in like volunteering to try it and give me some feedback, yeah, I would love that, because I don't want to, you know, disappoint anyone. I just want to see that other people try this and have the same experience as I do. So let me know. And I would love for, I guess that's called testers, right? I kind of want to volunteer to be a tester for other people's patterns, but then also I'm never really good with deadlines, so not sure. But yeah, if you want to be a tester of this sweater, then let me know, and I'm going to edit the videos and upload them, and I'll just, I don't know if I'll make them available to everyone, because yeah, I just don't want to disappoint anyone. So here on the side I have the 10 first squares in the Secret Yarnery Cal for this year, and today finally finally, because I was impatiently waiting, Krista posted the 11th square, so I started that with a turquoise color. I'm not too crazy about it, but I have it on hand and it kind of fits the rainbow order. So I hope that in the grand scheme of things, when I see it with the rest of the colors, I'm going to like it. But yeah, so I'm starting that, and then there's only one left, and then I guess we're going to do borders and joining everything, and it's very exciting, and I think this blanket is going to be so fun. Yeah, very, very happy about that. Other than that, I haven't really made a ton of progress. My little granny square sweater is still in the same place that it was, I think, the last time I don't know, I started making more granny squares. I haven't made any decisions about the main colors. And then with the knitting one, I switched some colors and added some green. So yeah, I really, really like how this is looking, but I need to just work on it a little bit more because it's coming along very, very slowly, and I think if I neglect it for too long, I will lose interest. So yeah, it needs to happen soon. That is all for this chat. I'm just so excited about the sweater, and I'm really, really looking forward to finishing the other one. I think it'll probably happen this week, because I should get the rest of the yarn that I need for it today or tomorrow. Today is Monday, the 15th. So yeah, so it's happening soon. And then I think I'll also have a better idea if this whole construction is really, you know, easy to adjust also with a different kind of yarn. I can't imagine why not, but you know, a lot of things you kind of imagine they should be okay, and then in real life somehow things don't exactly work out that way. So looking forward to that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know what you're working on, and you know, what kind of yarn you're into. What is your current yarn crush? I really enjoyed working with the Macaron on the sweater, even though it's probably, I mean, it didn't turn out like too heavy, but I think, yeah, I don't know how I feel about chunky sweaters. I'm just not sure. Maybe it's a color thing. Maybe if I found like a really, really nice color, I would feel a bit differently. Also, I wanted to try, I've heard good things about the Paint Box chunky yarn. If you've tried it, or if you have like a favorite chunky yarn for sweaters that, I don't know, is nice but not too chunky. Does that make any sense? I would love to know in the comments. And then my other yarn crush. Oh, I wanted to say what I don't like about the Macaron is I feel that there is a little variation between the colors. So I have this red, more like redder color here, and it doesn't feel, it's okay. And when you put it with the, like with the other colors, it doesn't really matter. I don't see a difference. But it just feels a bit more plasticky to me than the pink, like this fuchsia. I think they're both called fuchsia or something, but this one and the gold one, they feel really, really nice. And then the light pink, which I think is no longer available, also felt really, really nice and had that more natural looking, it just had a more natural look to it and not like a plasticky look. And I feel this color looks a bit more plasticky. So they're not exactly the same, I find. Also the ecru color is also a little bit different. So my favorites are the gold, the fuchsia, like this fuchsia, and the light pink. They don't make. I think the blue is also okay. But yeah, but then the other crush that I have is the Fluffina, which is just so nice, so pretty. And also I really want to make another project with the Katia Pluma. I made like a little summer tank top with this, which is probably a stupid choice. I mean, it is mostly cotton, like 80-something% cotton, but it is very kind of floofy and warm. So that was probably a bit of a stupid choice. So I want to make something else out of it, but I don't know why. It's the kind of yarn that, you know, you wouldn't really see any kind of definition in your stitches. So I mostly have to think about like shape and less about the stitches, which is also nice because it probably means I could do something like half double crochet, which I really like and I find really easy and fast. So I could probably do that, but I don't know, I guess I want something a little bit special, a little bit inspiring, and I don't feel like I've found that yet. Yeah, but I really like this yarn. So those are my current yarn crushes, and I have a couple of yarn hauls coming when I get them. I still haven't gotten, I have 2 packages. Oh, and actually today I ordered from this really cool shop that I found, and I think they are located in somewhere in Europe, I forget, and maybe Denmark, I can't remember, but they have this like a really beautiful range of natural fibers and a lot of like recycled fibers. And I ordered kind of one of each to see how they look, see how they feel. I really feel like, you know, this could be good, really beautiful options for wearables and maybe some weaving elements like I did with the scarf that I showed a while back, because they just look really pretty and unique. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's a bit more pricey, of course, than something like acrylic, but you know, they're all like dyed with natural dyes and a lot of it is like recycled. Yeah, really excited about that one, and I hope that it kind of delivers on the promise. Yeah, it's a bit more pricey, but nothing like too crazy. So I have to see how these yarns look. What is a bit problematic is I think they come in like these hanks, and I do have like a ball, what's the word, winder, but I don't have that cool thing that looks, you know, like a spring that kind of holds all the, like the hanks. So I don't know, I'll have to see how difficult it is to handle these. Can probably put it on a different thing, I don't know, I have to think about it. Like figure it out when I get them. So that's coming. So 3 yarn hauls, and I'll probably make at some point an order from Hobbii for that fluffy day yarn for actually 2 projects that I want to make. So yeah. Whoopsie. But I think as long as I'm buying things with a purpose, then that's better than just like, you know, just buying. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in another chat. Take care. Bye bye.